folks, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany, your friendly plant-loving internet stranger, back with another video. Today I am doing a plant haul. Last year, 2024, I did not really buy any plants. I actually did a no plant buy year. I can't remember if I started that at the top of 2024 or if I just picked some random point and started from there, but I have been in a plant purchasing mood lately and I got some new plants in. This is actually the second package I've received recently in the last couple of weeks. This order is from a company called Hirt. I've actually purchased plants from them in the past. I think this might have been like one of the first places I ordered plants online, and I've always gotten really great plants from them at great prices. So let me show you what I got. I got two Alocasia plants in this haul. The first being the Alocasia poly. This was actually the first Alocasia I ever owned. I think I might have had it a couple of times and I was never able to make them last, or for whatever reason they didn't like being in my possession, so they removed themselves. And recently my Alocasia sumo started producing offshoots, so that really boosted my confidence and my ability to care for Alocasia plants. So I decided to add a few more Alocasia to my collection, and I wanted to revisit the Alocasia poly. This is also called the African mask plant, and it's really beautiful. So really excited about this one. In the same family, I got another Alocasia. I'm not actually sure what this one is called. It's an Alocasia. It looks very similar to the Alocasia silver scale or dragon scale I think I showed in my last plant haul video. It was a really short haul. What it is about this plant that reminds me of the silver scale or the Alocasia silver dragon, I think that's what it's called, is the veining on the leaves. It doesn't have that same like silver color, although the light might catch it and it could look a little silver, but it's not really silver in person. It's a dark green. It's like a gradient dark green veining over lighter green. So I don't really know what this one is. I'm gonna have to look back at my order sheet to see if I just overlooked the fact that I ordered this, but I don't think I did. I also got two lemon lime marantas. I believe that's what these are called. These came in decent shape. This one has a leaf going out, as you can see, like the really yellow leaf. It is like actually this yellow. It's not just washed out from the camera, and it looks like it's gonna fall off at some point. So I'm gonna leave it there until it kind of dries up. And there's also a little tiny leaf coming in. You can kind of see it spike right in the front there. There's also another little tiny leaf like right here coming in. So I'm going to leave this larger leaf here until the plant sucks all the nutrients out of it, and then hopefully that little tiny leaf in the front will continue to grow. I got two of these because I actually wanted to put these in a planter that after these plants arrived, I realized I didn't have the planter. I have a red maranta and I wanted a matching lemon lime. I have one lemon lime, so I'm going to pot all three of these together. I just don't have the planter that I wanted it to be in. And I honestly went to the plant shop because I wanted to do like a little moment where I had the red maranta, the full red maranta in one specific planter, and then the like lemon lime marantas in the same planter, and like have a little twin moment. But I haven't been able to find the planter. I bought one of them like maybe 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to find it again. So that kind of throws a wrench in my plans for this coordination. But whatever, I'm still going to plant these two together and plant the other one that I already have together. I'm just giving these a minute to like breathe. I was about to say disinfect. I've already treated all of these plants with a systemic pesticide and like washed leaves with castle soap and sprayed them down with neem oil. So I just like to give them like a couple of weeks before I set them on the shelf with my other plants, just in case there are any pests. That gives those pests a chance to like actually die off and not walk off of the leaves of this plant onto my healthy plants. Yeah, I'm going to let these rest for another maybe week and a half. and then I'll repot them. I also just watered them too, and I don't like to repot plants when the soil is wet. I will say I was looking for this plant before I decided to make this purchase through Hirt's. I found this plant at a local it's like a boutique plant shop that honestly I'm not a huge fan of because it's really dark. I never understand these like boutique plant shops that are supposed to be like vibey and they're just really dark and they're pretty inside, but the plants are always like browning because they're not getting enough light, or they might have like one grow light for this big area of plants in this dark little cute space. And so anyway, I went to this place. I saw these plants. They had a bunch of them on the shelf along with some of the red ones. And because I had been looking for these and I hadn't really seen multiples of these locally, and so I was happy to see them on the shelf. But then when I looked closely, they had like, the ones at that store had like mealybugs and they were like really dusty. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I've never dealt with mealybugs. Thank goodness, knock on all of the wood around me. I've never dealt with them as like pests, but I know what they look like, and I would not buy a plant that has like those in it. And so when I saw them, they were just so visible on the plant. I was like, wow, they don't actually take care of the plants in here, because a lot of their plants had pests and they were all so close together. So I ended up leaving that shop with just like a vessel, like a vase I got. But I will not buy plants from that shop because I just don't think they're well maintained. The two of these were probably the same price as one of these plants at like my local plant boutiques. So that was a really good deal. So in this complete haul, I have 2, 4, 6. I had 6 plants. I've shown you the 2 Alocasia, I've shown you the 2 lemon lime marantas, and these 2 that I'm about to show you were complete impulse buys. So the first is this lipstick plant. I had purchased one of these back in 2020 when everybody and their mama was like posting pictures of their plants online. I had a large hanging basket. It was like an 8-inch hanging basket. It was humongous and it did not survive. Mostly because I didn't really know how to take care of this plant. So I wanted to try it again. And I'm loving how full it is. One thing I do really like about these lipstick plants is that they're always so full. And I like that it's hanging because I, will hang some of these plants in the window. Or either in the window or around the window, because I also have like hooks outside of the window. So that'll be really convenient. And the way this plant is positioned is kind of perfect to be like up against the wall right here, since it doesn't have much going on. And I think this piece that's sticking, I kind of maneuvered it so that it was just a bit more balanced around the plant, but I could easily just tuck that in so there's like nothing on this side. So I'll hang it from the wall, where the wall is like where my arm is, and then this part will just kind of be spilling over like it is right now. But this is like a 4-inch hanging pot. I think these little pots are so cute. And yeah, I'm really loving how this plant is looking. I'm hoping that I will be able to like really take care of this, and that just from minimal care, minimal being just like watering it and make sure that it's not drying out, that it'll be good and that it'll survive this fall and winter season, once I turn the heat on especially. So really looking forward to seeing how this one grows. And the last plant, this was my second impulse buy. I got a magnolia bush. This is not an indoor plant. It just so happened that they had this, after I picked out what I wanted, the 4 plants that I actually went on that website for. I think I looked at like the sales section, or either I just kept flipping through other plants that I didn't need but just wanted to see what they had. And they had magnolia bushes. Sometimes I'll see like when these plants are on sale, because Hirt's is I think it's called Hirt's Garden or Hirt's Nursery or something. This is a greenhouse. Like this is an actual nursery. And I think that I think this might be a plant producer for some shops, and I'm saying that just based on like how their website looks and like how their inventory is listed on their website. It just kind of seems like if I owned a plant shop, I would go buy stuff from them to sell in my shop. Usually things are cheaper on this website as well. I noticed that they had these magnolia bushes clearanced out, And so sometimes when things are clearance, I always want to know, like, why are they clearance? If it's a clothing item and I'm looking at a website and it's like on clearance, it's usually because it's just one or like very few of those things left and they're just trying to get rid of them. But when it's something like a plant, I don't know. Some sellers are not very honest, and they'll know that they have like an infestation on their hand and then just kind of try to get rid of the product by clearancing it out. So try to be a little bit cautious. And what I like about this website is that you can actually see how many of a particular plant are in stock. So if I see that there's like a bunch of plants in stock and they put it on clearance, and I'm like, okay, it's the end of the season. And I think this was the case for the magnolia plants too. I'm like, okay, it's the end of the season. Nobody's probably buying magnolia bushes right now because it's about to be winter. They're trying to get rid of these plants. This is a relatively young plant. This is not an old plant. So they probably grew this season and it just didn't sell, or people weren't really checking for magnolia bushes like that. I don't know. But I inspected it. It looks really good. All of the plants were like pest free and look good. So that was a good sign. I also treated this one. I'm going to keep this one in the house. I will put it outside. I'm hoping that it survives until next year, next like growing season, because I'm for sure going to put this outside either directly in my lawn, or I'll put it in a like a large planter outside, but I'm not exactly sure yet. I plan to care for it like a regular plant. It's kind of root bound right now too, so we're gonna see how this one does in the house. And again, knock on wood, I'm hoping that I'll have this plant next year and I can actually put it outside. But if it does not survive, it literally costs like a couple dollars. I think it might have been like $4.99 for this plant. So I wouldn't be devastated if this one didn't make it, although I do want it to, because how nice would it be to have magnolias? So we'll see how this one goes. That is it for this haul. I do intend to place one last plant order for the season before it gets cold. I just really got hyped up from the alocasia and it boosted my confidence, and I've been wanting to like get back into seeing what I can do with these, because the way my sumo has grown, I have created like that little section where my alocasia sumo lives. I've like moved all those plants, and that's about to be my alocasia shelf. So I'm hoping that if they're all next to each other and getting the same light, then they'll really do well and take off and like encourage each other to continue to grow. The alocasia sumo will encourage the other alocasia to grow large and multiply. And that's it for this haul. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more plant content just like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.